There are a few things I have experienced in my life that I found to be deep, profound truths. And one of them is the only thing wider than God's mercy is God's sense of humor. And always be careful, because God is not always laughing with us. Oftentimes God is laughing at us. Several times in my life I have said, there's absolutely no way in this world I'll ever do this. I remember in seminary thinking of going to a particular town. There's no way would I ever move to that place. Actually, twice I've done that. And both times, those places have ended up being the exact right place for me. I could not imagine them being the right place, but in no uncertain terms, I never will I do that. I have learned since to be very careful when I'm so adamant of saying, no way, God, would I ever. I've learned that God's sense of humor is wider than anything I could imagine. God's looking at things from a much bigger perspective. And when we are so certain, when we think we are so right and everybody else is wrong or other people don't understand, when there's no way I would ever change, there's always a possibility of God surprising us in a way that we could never imagine. And when I step back and realize that what I'm fighting is in fact God's blessing, the thing that I could never imagine doing is in fact the most perfect thing for me. There are people, and even in politics, looking at the strange bedfellows, people I could not imagine this person ever doing this. I can always be surprised. The grace and power of God can touch people that I never would have thought possible. The ways in which God works are miraculous. The power of God is so awesome and majestic, and yet there's always hidden in that awe and wonder a humor, a laughter, a surprise, a joy waiting to sneak up behind us. Sometimes it is in the deepest and darkest times of sorrow and grief, when somebody will say something and just turn a desperate situation into something very profound and humorous. And we end up not just having tears of sorrow, but tears of laughter that brings joy. And in this joy and the humor of God, it is not destructive and mean or vindictive, but rather unnerving, upending, and always brings us back to ourselves, brings us back to really what's important. That there is a larger life, there's a deeper truth, and that what I was taking so seriously wasn't as important anymore. That the power of God's love, the movement of life, the depth of reality is profound, waiting to surprise, waiting to sneak up and fly away and circle around. Let us be surprised by God's mercy. Let us understand that to laugh, even at ourselves, is a holy and righteous thing. Blessings to you in all the ways in which God surprises you.